What's going on, YouTube? All right. Anyone in here? Let me try to figure out what I'm doing. Hear your channel. No one except Marco. No one except Marco. No one except Marco. That was no, that was weird. Yeah, I see that Titanium Justin is streaming with Aries over there. So I'm just gonna dink around for a while. Marco, if you're the only one here, then you're gonna be the one that wins that knife I'm giving away. If you go to that pinned comment and leave the hashtag. I don't know if I'm following KC. I don't see anything on knife tube schedule. So that's why I did today at 5. It looks like Ron Crow is going on in a half hour, so he's not on knife tube schedule either, so I don't know who's doing what. Now KC is Knives Fast, right? Or something like that. Anyway, I think I'm going to open up something that I've been working on and see what you think about this. Let me know if you think this would be something worth trying to make, and if you think anyone would buy it. Just the model's not accurate, but this would be made out of basswood. It's just a knife stand to show off like 6 knives. This version, anyway. You could have your logo lasered onto the sides or onto the face of these. And this is early concept. Of course, I'd have someone cut it out and test it out. Anyone watching later, please feel free to comment on the video. Let me know if you think this is a terrible idea, or if you would or wouldn't be interested. I don't know what the cost would be. I designed it so it could be made from one 12 by 12 inch sheet of basswood. This is a 1/4 inch thick. It would only be an 1/8 inch thick, or 3 millimeters, somewhere in between there. And this is pretty big. I made it, I forget how tall I made those. But this is like 9.5 inches tall and wide, maybe a little shorter than tall, but those 3D ones that I got one from Help with Gadgets, and it's like 5 knives and it's pretty short, so I have a couple that won't actually even fit on it. So I was thinking this would make it bigger is better than smaller. But this could be used by someone, at a knife show or a flea market or something, or just a YouTuber or whatnot seller or something. Maybe I'll do another design of one that's a little smaller for smaller pocket knives and such. Yeah, I put slots in here so it could be shipped flat in a flat padded envelope, and you just put it together. And I know a girl that's making some flying feline designs over on Instagram, makes magazine racks for selling comic books. And once I get this finalized, the design, I'm gonna see if she'll make a couple of these for testing. And I might give one to like Darkwater or someone to try out, test it out. And I don't know if she'll cut it out with a scroll saw or just do it with the laser. It can be done with the laser. And then she could, if she decides to put them up for sale, I'm sure she'll offer logo engraving also. And I don't know if there'll be options, probably the outsides of this and or one of these faces or something. However the user would want it, probably, but there's probably be standard options. I don't know. My thought, see, I have this standing away because I don't have the handles modeled onto this yet. But I was thinking right in the middle of putting a very shallow and narrow V notch for a blade to sit down in and hopefully touch the sides and not the edge of the blade. This would be really thin, so it'd probably be hard to find felt or something to put on there. Putting a strip of leather on there or something would be too costly. But I was thinking putting either a very narrow V or just a narrow cut, so that hopefully it would pick up the blade not too high. I wouldn't want it to fall down in too far, but put one on both sides so that you could actually put the knife either way, either direction. You could put one with the blade on this side and the other one with the blade on this side. Hey, Wyoming Adventures. Well, if you get a chance to stop and type Wyoming Adventures, don't do it while you're driving, but go to that comment video that's pinned in chat and put the hashtag Kubi. And I'm going to give away that Kubi that it's brand new, but it has a couple nicks in the blade, so it needs sharpened. It needs a new secondary bevel put on it. And if you don't sharpen knives, what I would do is commission Darkwater to put a new edge on the blade and also maybe new anodizing if you don't like the bright green anodizing that's on it. Yeah, you have to go to the video and put it in the video comments. Putting it in chat won't work. I'm not going to draw. I don't think I can draw from chat comments with the software I'm going to try using. But I'll probably try to do it at 5:30 Eastern or somewhere around there, because I think Ron's going live and I don't want to interfere with his stream too much. This is just a random stream. I don't plan on doing a whole lot of work. And there aren't many people watching, so your odds are really good of winning the knife if you can do that. But I'm not going to do it right away, so don't rush. Be safe. So what do you think, Marco, or anyone watching? Just a little cut, like a saw blade width cut to rest the blade into, or should I put a V. As far as I'm concerned, the wood wouldn't bother me. Just edge sitting on basswood isn't very hard. I don't know if it's, I think it's solid wood. I don't think it's like a ply, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check it out. But then if I do put the slots, is it going to be okay that it's in the middle of this flat? Or should I go one way or the other? These are pretty wide. These are like 3/4 of an inch. So most knives would fit in here easily. Most of my pocket knives, the biggest ones, won't even fill up 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, it's hard to say. You never know what the blade is going to be. I suppose if I put one in the middle, just a little slice, either a slice or a V, either one, you don't have to put the blade in there. If your knife is narrow, or you could just sit it on the wood. Or I don't know if people might not want to do that. I don't know. Like I said, if anyone has suggestions, feel free to comment in the comments of this video once it's uploaded afterward. I don't know. I don't think you can comment on. I think maybe you can. You might be able to comment now. Either way. Just got a notification. Someone found the video and commented on it. So far, that person is in the lead for winning. What do I have over here? Okay. Nothing. Thanks, Marco. I want to. My channel. This is the comment video that's pinned in the comment up in chat. Hit like too. I might as well like my own video. Hit like, and sometime when you're bored. Oh, Marco's in there. So far, Marco and Wyoming Adventures have a 50-50 chance. And the knife isn't too bad. I like the design. Darkwater did one of these. It was already gray though, so this would take more work for him if he wanted full anodization. But he could leave this as the base and do some scuffing and add a secondary color if it's a lower voltage than this one. And this is probably a pretty high voltage. So he could like just either put scratches in it or soften the edges and put like an edge color on there, which I think would be pretty neat. And I don't know, I show somewhere in this video, there are two mashes into the blade. Like someone dropped this. And to be honest, I won this from a giveaway from a retailer on Whatnot. And I don't want to accuse them of giving it away because it was damaged, but it's free, so I'm not complaining. You know what I mean? It was free to me, and it's going to be free to you. But like I said, it needs a new edge put on it because you can see in the video there are a couple gnash marks up here near the tip of the blade. But dark water or anyone with you don't even need a fixed angle sharpener to put the new bevel on it, but it would be nicer that way probably. Or, pay dark water to do it, which is what I would do probably if I were keeping it. Anyway, let me bring this back out of here. I'm trying to figure out a way. Comments, copyright. Editor. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry that I'm not paying too much attention, but I'm trying to check some things out. Reactions, message. Just trying to figure out how to redirect after the stream to another stream, and I think that you must have to be monetized to do that because I don't see any options for me to redirect. So, if anyone else joined in, go to the pinned comment that's in chat, go to that video, and in the bottom of that video, comment hashtag Kubey, all lowercase, Kubey, and you'll be able to win the knife that's in that video. It's damaged on the blade, it needs sharpened. Other than that, it's new. I will ship it to you. You have to be present. I reserve the right to refuse to send it to someone if I so choose. It's not likely, but any of my frenemies. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to get YouTube comments. 13. Something went wrong. Okay, so let's try this. I'm not going to give it away just yet. It won't be too much longer, so if you don't go over there and comment, you're going to be out of luck. Tired of hot weather, Wyoming? It's nice and cool over here in Oregon today. Hey, Mr. Eddie. Okay, let me go. Oh, now Mr. Eddie's in there, so far you're at 33% odds, everyone. Or 33% likelihood that you're going to win. Let me share, copy link. What the heck? Well, if there's only 3 of you, I might find a die or something if I can't get this to work. There. I don't know. Right now, I'm just trying to see if this thing will work. Oh, yeah, there it is. 3 comments. Probably another 10 or 15 minutes at the most, and I'm going to just go ahead and do it. I picked a bad day. Since Titanium Justin probably go along, I'd imagine he's still streaming with Aries EDC. But you'll have that. This is what I was working on, Mr. Eddie. Just a lame, cheap basswood knife stand. Why? I think it'll be cheap. I can't imagine it'll cost too much. But it's these are 3/4 of an inch. I think these are 1.5 inches, something like that. I'll have to check my measurements, but you can put some pretty big knives on there. I have these 3 inches apart. These are 6 inches altogether, just to provide some extra stability. Wouldn't want it tipping over. But I was thinking just for, people with do streams and they could have this in the background with some knives on display or whatever reason you might want to display some knives like this. After I test it out, I can determine if we need to make it smaller or a different version of it or whatever. Let me go measure this. Or at least look at the sketch. Yeah, 1.5 inches tall, 3/4 of an inch. Overall, it's 9 inches. Oh yeah, I said 9.5 because it would take 9.5. If you cut these out of one piece, that would be a 9.5 square, which leaves 2.5 inches on either end to cut this material out of. So there will be even a little chunk left over, but this would come out of one 12 by 12 inch sheet of basswood, or once it's designed and done, we could do it out of probably like plexiglass, Lexan, or whatever, different materials. And once I ask my friend if she wants to make this and sell it, if she does, I'll let her do that. If she's not that interested in it, I can just give away the plans in case anyone wants to have it cut, like on a CNC router or a laser. But no. Exit sketch. If anyone else joined in, go to the pinned video in the comments in the chat and comment on that video, #Kubi. And I'll be giving away a slightly damaged Kubi Nova. Has 2 nicks in the blade. It'll need a new bevel put on it. But it's free. And probably another 5-10 minutes, I'll go ahead and do the drawing. I need to mute for a second if I can figure it out. All right, I coughed. Hopefully you didn't hear it. Apologize if you did. Mr. Eddie's in Arizona. Dry, I'd imagine. Haven't been to Arizona. Vegas is as close as I've gotten. It was kind of nice to dry out the old bones from being in the Pacific Northwest, where it rains 9 months a year. I think one of you three are going to be winning. Those are some pretty good odds. I don't feel like doing any CAD work today, so I apologize. But dry in Wyoming. I only touched the edge of Wyoming on one of my trips back and forth from the East Coast, or the Midwest anyway, east of the Mississippi. Yeah, I guess it is dry in Wyoming because I own a truck that came from Wyoming, and I changed the taillights in it one time, and man, there was dust in places that you wouldn't think dust would have gotten. But he was probably all across the West. I think it was a cattle hauler or livestock. I think he pulled livestock with it. Yeah, 2:29, half hour. Other people are streaming. I don't want to interfere too much with anyone, so let's do this. Once I figure out what I did with that. Okay. Last call. I'm going to give away a Kubi. There's a video pinned in chat. A link to a video. Go there. Go to that video. And in the comments, put hashtag Kubi, Kubey, all lowercase. In about a minute, I'm going to give this knife away. Or at least try to. As long as I'm smarter than the software. Before we do that real quick, this is the comment video. Not many comments. Only 3 people were in so far. This is the knife. I don't mind this color of green, but I think it's too much that the pivot, it's just all green. little too much for my taste, but if you like it, whoever wins this will be yours. You are free to do what you like with it. The action is pretty nice. All the Kubis I've owned so far are pretty nice. The biggest issue with this one is it's just flipper tab, so this doesn't really help you can't really deploy it using that little triangle shape cutout dimple. It's kind of a big knife. Not super big, but it fits my hand comfortably, and I like big. I have extra large hands. But hey, let's grab this link again. Oops. Let me try to figure out what I'm doing here. Let's refresh this. Put that filter to one winner. Oh wait, comments or hashtags. Last call. You only have about 30 seconds or less. Show random names. What did I have? There should be a way to pick. I guess we don't need a wheel with only 3 people in there. So let's just see what happens. Three comments. I didn't pick any duration. 3 seconds. We're not going to go 90 seconds. Let's just go. Yeah, 10 seconds might have been long for just 3 people. Marco, congratulations. You have won. And I don't know if you can message me on Instagram or send me an email. It's on my channel page. I think you have to use a PC to get there. Either way, get a hold of me. Give me your address. I don't know if I need a screenshot, but no one else is watching, so hopefully some troll won't try to impersonate you. But hey, it was a success. And I'm going to try one more time to see if I can figure out how to redirect the stream. Analytics, edit. Customization, live chat, reaction. Yeah, I don't see a redirect, so Marco, if you want to post Ron Crow or anyone, if Justin's still streaming, if you would post links in chat. If not, they're easy to find. We're all following mostly the same people. Thanks, Marco. Yeah, I don't think I can raid another live. I went to customization and the option wasn't there. And I'll probably get that shipped out Saturday at the latest. If you get me your address today or before Saturday anyway. Thanks for posting the link. Thanks for being here, Marco, Wine Wing Adventures, and Eddie, Mr. Eddie. Appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good day.